there, welcome back to Maniacal Reader. I know this video is quite late, but I wanted to film it anyway. Today I want to show you my January T.B.R. and what I hope to read for the rest of this month, since it's already January 19th. The first book I want to read in January is Nightlife by Caitlin Carriage. I already read this book, and I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. The next book I want to read, which I've also already read, is Once We Were by Kat Zhang. This is the second book in the Hybrid Chronicles trilogy, and I gave this book 3 stars. The next book that I obviously read was Echoes of Us by Kat Zhang. This is the third and final book in the Hybrid Chronicles trilogy. I also gave this book 3 stars. This book and this trilogy in general follows these 2 girls named Addie and Eva, who are 2 souls that were born into one body. One soul is the dominant soul, that's Addie, and one soul is the recessive soul, and that's Eva. And in this world, once the girls reach a certain age, the recessive soul is supposed to disappear, leaving the dominant soul. In this case, that didn't happen with Addie and Eva. And because of that, Addie and Eva are known as a hybrid. And in this society, hybrids aren't acceptable. So there's an interesting premise to this trilogy. And overall, I did enjoy it. The next book I want to read is Partials by Dan Wells. This is the first book in a YA post-apocalyptic, and this is the book I'm currently reading right now. I've almost finished it. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I definitely want to continue on with this trilogy. This first book follows a girl named Kira, who's an ordinary human being. She lives in a post-apocalyptic New York. In this world, beings called partials have decimated the human race, and Kira has to try to find out more about partials and why they decimated the human race. And from what I know about the synopsis is that the answers to saving the world lie within the main character, Kira. I really like this book so far. It's action-packed and incredibly interesting. I definitely want to continue on with the trilogy this month. I obviously want to read Fragments next. This is the sequel to Partials, and Ruins is the third and final book in this trilogy. Throughout this month, I wasn't really sure what to read after the Partials trilogy, whether I should read another YA dystopian or post-apocalyptic book or move on to something else. I finally made up my mind. The next series I want to get to is The Contours of the Heart series by Tamara Weber, and Easy is the first book. This is a new adult romance series. Since I recently purchased the rest of the books in this series has been calling out to me. I've wanted to read this series for years. It's taken a long time for the rest of the books in this series to come out, but the final book was recently released just this past December, and I finally made up my mind to purchase the rest of the books and finally get to this series in 2018. I don't really know much about this book other than the fact that the main character meets a guy named Lucas, and Lucas saves her from something that happens to her one night, and their relationship just sort of kicks off from there. I have a feeling that I'm really going to like Easy, so like I said before, I bought the rest of the books in the series and want to binge them. Breakable is the second book in this series. The third book is Sweet. I don't really know anything about this book, but I know that it follows a different couple in this series. And the same with Brave, the fourth and final book in this series. Those are all of the books that I have been reading and want to read next in January. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.